How governments manipulate you. You think you are free, you vote, you choose your leader. But did you ever stop to wonder, was that choice even yours to begin with? What if the options you were given, the fears you felt, and the opinions you hold were carefully engineered by the very people you voted for? This is not a conspiracy theory. This is democratic manipulation, and it is happening right now, all around you. Part 1. The fear tactic. The first and oldest weapon of any government is fear. In 1964, during the American presidential election, a political ad was aired called the Daisy ad. It showed a little girl counting petals on a flower. And then suddenly, a nuclear explosion filled the screen. The message was clear. Vote for the wrong person and the world ends. That advertisement aired only once on national television, but it was so psychologically powerful that it changed the outcome of an election. Governments and political parties around the world study this tactic closely. They link their opponents to danger, crime, economic collapse, or even war, not because it is true, but because a frightened population is an obedient one. Fear equals control. Part 2. Propaganda and media control. In 1928, a man named Edward Bernays, known as the father of public relations, wrote something that should send chills down your spine. He wrote that the conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in democratic society. He said that the people who do this, manipulating, form an invisible government, which is the true ruling power. Nearly 100 years later, his blueprint is still being followed. The news channels you watch, the social media algorithms that decide what you see, the headlines that make you angry or scared, none of it is accidental. It is curated, controlled, and designed to make you think what they want you to think. Part 3. Nudging. Control without force. Modern governments have developed a far more subtle and dangerous tool. It is called nudging. They do not tell you what to do directly. Instead, they design situations so that you naturally, on your own, make the choice they want you to make. For example, they rewrite tax notices to say that most people in your neighborhood have already paid their taxes on time, creating social pressure that pushes you to comply. They place healthier foods at eye level in government-run institutions, so you choose them without thinking. When these nudges are hidden from the public, when you do not know you are being pushed in a direction, it crosses the line from guidance into pure manipulation. Part 4. Your data and your vote. We now live in the age of digital analytics, and elections have been transformed forever. Political parties collect your data, your likes, your searches, your fears, your beliefs, and use it to target you with surgically precise messages designed specifically for people like you. The Cambridge Analytica scandal exposed how 87 million Facebook users had their personal data harvested without consent and used to influence elections. Researchers have warned that this kind of targeted political manipulation is so powerful that it does not just change one election. It has the potential to permanently reshape how entire populations form political opinions. Part 5. Disinformation at industrial scale. Lying is nothing new in politics, but what is new is the scale. A 2020 study by the Oxford Internet Institute found that out of 81 countries surveyed, 76 of them, that is 93%, had political parties or government agencies that used organized disinformation as part of their official communication strategy. This is not one politician bending the truth. This is armies of people funded with real money, working full-time jobs to flood your information environment with false narratives until you can no longer tell what is real. Part 6. The Great Nation Illusion. Every politician in every country at some point stands before a crowd and says the words, "Our great nation, our values, our way of life." This language is not accidental either. The bigger and more abstract the idea, the easier it is to ask people to sacrifice for it, without question. They wrap their personal power in the flag of the nation. They make you feel that serving them is the same as serving your country. Blind patriotism becomes the shield that protects them from accountability, while the real issues, Poverty, corruption, inequality quietly continue. Conclusion. Here is the truth. When the opinions of the public are manufactured through manipulation, the votes cast in an election do not represent the free will of the people. They represent the success of a psychological operation that breaks the most fundamental promise of democracy, that the government exists to serve the people. So, what can you do? Develop your media literacy. Verify every source before you believe it. Vote based on facts, not on fear. And remember this always. They can only control you for as long as you remain unaware. The moment you wake up, the manipulation loses its power. The most dangerous citizen to any corrupt government is simply a thinking one.